Hello and welcome back to the finishing line, proudly sponsored by Glistian Events. No, I was not polishing my head to that fucking comment.
What?
We were trying to fix the echo that we've been having problems with the last couple of shows, and we may or may not have it fixed. Please let us know in the comments with a no thumbs up or a thumbs down if it's fixed. And if it's not, we'll do what we done the last couple of shows and we'll mute back and forth when myself and Andrew or Sean or Tom are talking. Andrew, how you doing?
I'm grand, Dave. I'm just recovered about from last night, and it's not from the drink, it's from the rugby.
Oh, I was going to say what from.
Go ahead.
Actually, yeah, unlucky Glistian Events and Mr. Show that was on show that said South Africa would beat Ireland.
1-0 to the Irish.
Your boys took a hell of a beat.
Mandela, Hollywood Bets, Purple Family. Unlucky.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Tom, how you doing?
I'm good. Yeah. I was thinking about. I know there's an echo, guys, on my one, by the way. I was thinking about going out to watch the match. It was really wet and windy, so I said no, I won't bother going out. And apparently, it's a good job I did. So the wife said it's a good job that I didn't go out to the pub, and it's a good job the dogs are deaf. Giving it proper large yesterday. So. Half of the company I work with are South African, so we enjoyed that. What a match. Unreal. You're on mute now.
No.
Sean, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all good, Dave. I enjoyed that match. Unfortunately, the Arsenal match didn't go how I wanted. But
Up the Gunners.
I was deeply disappointed today.
I'm going to point this out that Sean and Dave are very, very low.
Yeah, Sean, you're low. Dave, I'll turn you up. Now have a go.
Let's swing back up through them comments there to Gavin's comment, please.
We're swinging.
Who's
Dave's
Gavin?
swinging. This one.
Evening, lads. How you've all been told that I can now have a drink and all now, so meet up for the racing and a few points to happen soon. Gavin is the man that was having the issues in the hospital, and apparently he's getting better.
Yes,
so
Gavin.
This is good news. I see some of the comments underneath wishing you well, Gavin, and as always, we wish you well too. So good man, and we'll grab another pint of Guinness soon for sure.
Point to the black stuff.
Good stuff, Gavin.
Tonight's show, we're going to touch on the news over last week, Con Hill and the challengers in the Champion Hurdle. We have a few other bits to do first. We're going to go through Tom's all novice hurdlers, open hurdlers, and a dark horse to follow. And we have some news from Glistian Events.
Yeah, so Glistian Events had their first runner under Glistian Racing this week, and it ended up being a 33-1 winner. This was given out in their Telegram chat that you can all subscribe to for free. But they have Cliff at 7:45, lo and behold, text me saying they have a special offer for Triumphi, who won that race. So they are exclusive for TFL winner followers. 2.5 share in Triumphi up front. 499 includes the gold membership, 2 years training, insurance costs, no other bills for 2 years. So if you want to get involved in that, all you have to do is email vip@glistianevents.com. I will have a post up on Twitter soon with all the information. Speaking of horses, Tom, you're here for the first time in about 6 years. Pimlico update, please.
That reads to me like Triumph.
Triumph.
Arc de Triomphe.
Arc de Triomphe.
It's French, I'd say.
Arc de Triomphe. Yeah. Do you see? I have the actual race on.
UN languages are not great.
No, I'm kind of dyslexic, but anyway.
That happens.
Dave is
I have
still
the race
very
up on
low.
Twitter.
Like, I can barely hear Dave, so I'm like annoyed. He's normally shouting at me. So I'd give it large on the Dave
talk.
volume up.
How about now?
It's a little bit better, yeah.
Oh my god.
How about now?
People were giving out you're too loud last week.
Yeah, Dave can't be too loud. We all know that, especially if you go to the gym.
Now,
You
When
go
you're
fuck
in the
off.
gym,
You're never on time. You
that's
were-
up now to the highest now.
You were late last week because you're eating a kebab. Anyway, Pimlico Corner. You haven't been here for about a month.
Is
Fire
that better,
away.
Tom?
It was a nice, yeah, that's a bit better now. Yeah, it was nice. I'm still thinking about that kebab. It was quite nice. Pimlico update, yeah. So, Ninth Titan's injured. Is
Oh, no.
is the main update. Unfortunately, he got a pelvis injury on the gallops. Willie assures me it is nothing to be overly concerned about going forward. So, yeah, look, he's going to miss the rest of this season. Realistically, he'll be back in the spring, but we're really looking forward to him. They're very happy with him in close Sutton. So, and I think if those boys are telling you they're very happy, then you've got something to look forward to. In Attendo, our first horse with John McConnell, she should be out in a couple of weeks' time, really. So we're going to have a look at a maiden hurdle with her, and then we might aim for a little trip across the water late in October, but we'll see how the maiden hurdle goes first. Yeah, it's saying echo time. I think, yeah, it's actually stopped when you mute, so that works, guys. I love how Paul wrote that 3 times just to emphasize the echo part. I like that, Paul. But yeah, she's out soon. North Moon, our unraced 3-year-old by Spanish Moon, half brother to a Grade 1 horse. He is just on his break. He's done all of his pre-training lovely and his breaking. He's on a little break now, and then he'll be back and into Willie's in the spring, hopefully. And then who else is there? Pastoral, Dave. You're a filly. She's going very nicely at Henry's. She's just such a baby. She's only 4. 4-year-old fillies, so taking our time with her. So we'll take it nice and handy with her. And then yeah, Cotty has got a little injury as well. We're going to see how she is next week. Cool Arcade is entered next week in a claiming hurdle. And who else is there? There's more. Mystic Sage needs a bit of better ground. We're going to struggle for that in a minute, but hopefully if we find some, we'll get her out. And I think that is it, apart from Zoff. So big Zoff news. We are targeting a race on the 18th of October at Navan. I'd be 99% sure that's Zoff's last race. So prepare for tears, I imagine, and God only help us if he wins. It's going to be messy. But yeah, that's the plan. I think, unless he does something spectacular. But I think even if he did, I think it's fair enough now. We'll give him one more chance because he ran so well in Tremor. But I think retirement is incoming for Zoff. Little does he know he's about to get fed carrots every day for the rest of his life.
And he deserves them.
King's off.
Yeah.
He's off. What a legend.
King's off. I tell you, going by the comments, there's some angry people here today. You must not have had some Guinness or...
They must be South African.
Yeah. I think Ben is South African anyway. William.
What's
Ben's Scottish. They're always angry.
William is Scottish as well, so they ain't fucking winning anything, so no wonder they're angry. Anyway.
What's that? Anyway.
Thomas, let's go with your hurdlers to follow. And your first novice hurdler to follow for this season coming.
You're going to love this.
Oh, yeah. He's back. Andrew, we might want to put you guys on mute just to keep Dave quiet. But yeah, it's for me. I'm taking another swing. I think he showed a lot of promise. I think he's not the finished article last year. If you go through his form and have a look at it and what he did, I think it was very impressive in his point-to-point. He was very impressive at Navan. I was actually very, very pleased with him at the Cheltenham bumper. He's 5th, 21, beaten 5 and a bit lengths. And as we said, he was way out the back. He was a little bit keen. I think the ground went against him and he came down the inside and didn't get the greatest. Paul Townend is a fantastic jockey. But I think if he could have had it again, he'd probably have come stand side as well. ran to a massive RPR there, and then went to Punchestown and said, "Come on, Jody, off we go," and ran away with her. So you can put a definite line through that one. I still have a lot of confidence in this horse. I think he's going to be. I think he's been a very nice novice hurdler this year, and probably going under the radar a little just because he got beaten those 2 races. But I think he's got a good chance of being a nice horse still. I'm not giving up on him.
Thoughts, David O'Keefe? Take it away.
Not even saying that.
No, come on now. You had a reaction when you seen it first off now. Come on. Just let it out. Let it out.
It's like I said.
There we go.
Like I said in the last show, Tom can't admit when he's wrong. That's all it is. Like.
Somebody said he could be a speedboat.
Yes,
Missing his propellers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sailboat.
The SSR, what do they call it? SAS or something.
SS Minnow Johnson.
What?
You know, hear that's in Rush Hour. I like Rush Hour. In the film.
Yeah.
Jackie Chan.
Yeah. Chris Rock.
Definitely more exciting than it's for me. Tom, anyway, your second novice hurdler, because I'm not even talking about this horse. Genuinely.
Well, look, you did call a Plutar a handicapper when I put him up for the Ryanair at 25. So
did he win, Tom?
Let's see what happens.
Did he win, Tom?
He finished third and then won a Gold Cup.
I didn't ask you that, Tom. Did he win?
He might have won a Gold Cup.
Did he win?
Bit better than a handicapper.
Win? Did he win? The answer is. Go on. You can say it. You can say no.
I'm not fighting.
Oh, that like
the second novice hurdler.
All right, bye. Jesus, you like this one more?
Yeah, Dave, you will like this one more. Mirzur West, I was very impressed with him. Very impressed with him when he won his bumper. He fell at last when he was going to win his point to point. He was owned and trained by the Holdens for his point to point. They've had a lot of good horses through their hands, like John Bon. He's got the pedigree there, half brother to Fernie Hollow, who Dave is surely going to put up his anti-post tip when we do our first show. So yeah, he's got the pedigree. He's got the class by the looks of things. I'm sure he cost an absolute fortune after that point-to-point run. He was sold privately. He was 160 grand store horse. That'll tell you all you need to know. Mahan's way as well of Henry's, who finished third in that bumper. I'd say he's a very nice horse. I'd say he was just getting... Henry wouldn't have trained him for a bumper, I don't expect. But he cost an awful lot of money, 370, I think it was 360,000 after his point-to-point win. And yeah, I think the form of that race is pretty good, and he won it in an absolute canter. So once he stays in one piece, unlike Fernie, he could go a hell of a long way this season.
Point down, Tom. That's the name.
You're very low, Sean.
Sean's very low.
Yeah. Whack up that there, young lad.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Live from Dublin. Are you echoing, Sean?
I don't think. Oh yeah.
It's you guys.
Right.
You guys need to mute whenever we talk for an extended period. Like.
This is only a new thing.
This has happened
never
before,
happened in 4 years. So there's something wrong somewhere.
Not in a shame. I'll be on to them, the fellas who are control StreamYard, and they may fix it tomorrow.
I blame Ben anyway.
I blame
he
Dave.
didn't pay up the points that he owed Tom. Tom, your first open.
No comments on Merzier. Thought you like him.
Oh, sure. He's lovely.
Baby Fernie. Tom, where do you think you go? Can you see if it's
Ballymore Supreme, like he's all speed, but Willie's not afraid to split them up. Ballymore or Supreme, like I think we've seen that now over the years. It's not like he doesn't look at one saying, "Oh, okay, if they're stairs, they have to go here. If they're speed horses, they have to go here." He's not afraid to divide them up between those two races. So God only knows where.
Yeah, but it ain't the sure. I just thought, like, if he takes off and he takes the hurdle, and like I wonder, will JP push one out and trip being Mirzur West and keep between Bashir at 2 months?
It could come down to that, yeah. But as we said, I look, Hillcrest is out for the season today. Like, it's September. We're miles away from March. Miles and miles away from March. And yeah, I don't know. I'd sit on the fence for a hell of a long time, even if they're all winning their 2 mile grade ones, unless something is really looking like it needs to go up and trip. But yeah, I'd sit on the fence for a long time, as long as I can, I think, anyway.
I'd say he'll go 2 miles. Looks like a 2 miler. I say he looks like a 2 miler. He finished with a nice bit of spade.
We've only seen him once. God only knows where he is.
Nice.
True, man and me, Brian Smith thinks he's a Ballymore horse, so we shall see.
Ginger Joe, who had a 100-to-1 winner in the golf again today. How in the name of God he keeps doing it is beyond me. Doesn't like it for me.
No, he does not like it for me. Tom, your first open hurdler.
Oh, we're
Garlic bread. We're sticking with
going
the old
again.
climate here. It's for me, and garlic bread are coming back out again.
This is like the what, 3rd year in a row?
Tom, I think.
And do you know what, Tom?
It's probably
Do you know what, Tom?
first year
I
he's got it
think
right.
this is the year. This
Yeah,
might be
right.
the year, Tom, that he finally wins at Cheltenham for
I
you.
think this might be the year that he gets it right.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not necessarily Cheltenham either. He should win races all season long, really, shouldn't he?
true. Yeah, very well. He won races last season as well.
Yeah.
Mediocre.
I think we discussed that. I'm just getting the market up here for the stayers. We've discussed it, haven't we, at length before on the show about how much an open division this is, and it's lacking that superstar horse. And I think Gaelic Warrior could step into that. He stepped up to 3 miles at the Punchestown Festival, and well, he absolutely bolted up, didn't he? I was really, really impressed with him. It looks like he'll stay all day. Still don't know how he got beat in the Vuvals, but I'm just trying to forget about it, to be honest. If you have a look at the market, yeah, Gaelic Warrior's favourite. You can get a bit of 5-1 out there. Tiupu is next to the market. Then Marie's Rock, Classical Dream, Sire de Burley, Corbett's Cross, and the Nice Guy. Like, Jesus, he is a standout a mile, isn't he? You'd think if they do go down this route, and it sounds kind of like they will, that he could really sweep this lot. I think he's a lot better than some of those horses there. I'm sure some of them give him a race. I love Classical Dream. I absolutely love him. But he just doesn't seem to get up that hill at Cheltenham, does he? Anywhere else, Leopardstown, he does well. Punchestown is his gig, isn't it? But Cheltenham just doesn't seem to work for him. But he's a legend, so he could give him a race at home. But I think come Cheltenham, surely it's Gaelic Warriors' chance to get his head in front of Cheltenham, especially when there's no absolute aeroplane in front of him like there was this year.
And silence.
Yeah, no, Gaelic Warrior should do the business this year. He's grown into himself. Some of the comments are just fucking amazing. Like,
They're mad, aren't they?
Muga, garlic bread is cooked. I like that part of it. French breads don't last when they start early. Then someone just said, "Ever heard of Koto Star?" A legitimate response, I think.
Great response.
Go back up there a little bit, Andrew.
Oh, and Cordo.
Wow, you like big birds, Joe. Jesus Christ.
Who's big birds?
Garlic
Prengar
bread when pacing.
is Prengar going to get a mention as well?
R.I.P.
Yeah, there you go. No, I like Gaelic Warrior. Good horse.
There's a comment for you down at the bottom, Dave. Clueless Tool.
No, that wasn't at me.
That's a bit harsh.
Martin actually likes me. But you can keep abusing me today, Tom. I don't mind.
It's a bit harsh, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit harsh.
used to it.
Burpees on Wednesday, eh?
I don't know. I might just tell you not to come.
Oh, wow. You have hit a nerve.
Is this all I have to do? Okay, let's keep going.
Your open hurler number 2.
Is
Oh, jeez.
the
So
aeroplane.
wait,
that
Tom,
is-
hold on. You give me stick, and you go and stick these two up for Willie Mullins.
Yeah, I'd stick these two up for Willie Mullins. Impaire Et Passe. 6-1 for the champion hurdle now. Confirmed he stays hurdling, which, I mean, look, all the judges knew. I can't wait to see this lad over a fence. I think that's where his future lies. But I'm listening to
some of this.
Jesus Christ!
You two got very close. I'm trying something. Can you hear us? First off,
I can hear you.
I can hear me. More. Is there an echo?
Echo.
An echo, like Tommy, your dog came in.
Yeah, Alfie came in. I'm here on my own, so yeah, we've got an open door policy for the dogs, unless we really want them to make an appearance on the show, which they would. Yeah, look, I think this lad's proper aeroplane. Look, Sean, I see you shaking your head. Con Hill is a very, very good horse. There is no doubt in that. It's no taken away from him. However, he is one horse at the end of the day. You cannot just be afraid of one horse. As I said, we're in September. Hillcrest is out for the season. We've still got however many months it is to go until March. Anything can happen. So I think if you look at that champion hurdle market without Con Hill, it's wide open. It's wide open. It is wide open. And I think this lad stands out by a mile. I loved him all last year. How he wasn't my nap for Cheltenham, I don't know. I made a mistake there. He really, really should have been. But there's no way that Willie is just sticking hurdling to stick.
He has to go and be state man. Until he does that, you cannot even consider getting near a Constitution.
I am sorry. 2 seconds. Some are saying that this is fix the echo, and some are. I'm literally on the laptop. Audio now.
Hello.
This is no way. Yeah.
No, it's not fixed now.
They are taking this out.
You need a new laptop, man.
It's not the laptop, it's the system.
Yeah, I think it's the system.
I don't know. But anyway, look, Impaire Et Passe, there's no way that Willie is sticking hurdling with this lad if he thinks that he can't beat Stateman. The Stateman got well put in his place by Con Hill.
Is that necessarily the case? But
this lad must be at least 5 lengths ahead of Stateman.
I don't know. I take it as I think it's a season that I wouldn't take it's guaranteed that he could be Stateman. I think he could need a bit of time to mature and grow up and then go chasing. He is only a 5-year-old at the end of the day, so they'd be only going chasing at 6 next year. I'd be taking a swing at that. For me, if he goes and beats Stateman, then you can talk about him getting near Constituion Hill. But even at that, you'd have to wallop Stateman to even consider getting near Constituion.
Right, Sean. €20 match bet.
Dublin Racing Festival. I think that's...
And Gaelic Warrior. The first time the two of them meet at Gaelic Warrior, Impaire Et Passe. The first time the two of them meet, Impaire Et Passe will beat.
Yeah, deal, Tom.
Good stuff.
I want a bit of that. I think Impaire Et Passe will be Stateman. I don't know if it'll be Con Hill. That's another story. What do you think? We're going to get onto it now in a minute, Annie. We're going to get onto it now in a minute.
Say it until we get onto it in a minute. But I'm not surprised Tom's put up those horses. It's for me as a joke, but the other two are grand. I don't know. I'm okay with that. You're going to eventually say it's for me as shit because he is, and that's okay. You will come back around.
I'd follow him off a cliff. He can't now. He's so invested now, but that when he comes off it, do you know what happens? We'll back him on moon racing.
No,
never going to back him.
Unless I see something that I didn't see yet.
He'll probably win his maiden hurdle at
Roscommon.
Wow.
Leave her out, will you?
We hit a nerve with Sean now. We've hit a nerve with Sean.
No, listen, he has to go and do it for me. I'm not as confident as Tommy is sitting there at the moment, but he's going to win a maiden hurdle. Let's not lie about it.
We just said he would.
Okay, I'd saddle Andrew in the maiden.
He's not going to have to take him to Roscommon, but.
Dark
horse. I've lost my train of thought there. Dark horse, Tom. I hope it's a good one.
Yeah, I think this is a good one. Farland, his name is.
Is it related to one of your Pimlico horses?
What's that?
No, go on, fire away.
Yeah, we were up at Punchestown the day that this lad made his debut in the what's it called now? Is it called the Arkle bumper? It was a Land Rover bumper anyway. It would be a Goff's Defender bumper. The Land Rover bumper is what it would have been known as for years. And it got punted off the board. First time out for Sean Doyle, who, if you don't know, is part of the Monbeg operation, who train and win lots of points and sell lots of pointers on. And they ran this lad in a bumper. How we finished fourth, I do not know. He went off 130 favourite. He was punted from 20 something overnight. And the ground he made up the straight when the penny dropped. He then hung all the way to the near side. He was just absolutely clueless. Derek O'Connor looked after him. Willie won the bumper. What a surprise. And he finished second. But Farland was the one to take out of it. Looks like a chaser. He got a lovely pedigree as well. His bike getaway out of a horse called Ask Anna. Who was fairly good herself. She was rated in the 130s over fences. And stayed a mid-distance trip. But what she's bred so far is Minella Kakuna, who definitely wants a trip. And in the second dam as well, there's Abolitionist, who was a proper Grand National horse. So there's loads of stamina there. This lad is a chaser in the making. I've heard a little rumour that he's gone to Paul Nichols.
Yeah, he is.
Be very interesting to see where they start him off. Will they go down the bumper route this year and give him a bit more experience? I suggest they probably will. He's only 4. In that case, I can't see him ending up at Cheltenham. But I would follow this lad. Very interested for when he turns up. First time out this season. I think he's got a massive future ahead of him.
Okay, yeah, that's an obscure one, I'd say, Tom. We all kind of had ones that people knew about, so that's it's actually not a bad shout. And the trainer and all that, the points.
Oh, you gave me stick, Tom, for my obscure one, and then I just sit here and say, well done.
Who was your obscure one?
Mr. Policeman that you gave me death about, that one.
Mr. Police them.
Yeah, please them.
Please get the pronouns proper.
Tom did come around and eventually said, good pick.
I like Tom's reasoning behind it. Your reasoning was he beat Cashback, and again, Andrew
and Phil Dudary.
Yeah,
it wasn't necessarily beating Cashback. It was beating a horse rated 142 on debut.
Maybe you need to get your arguments better then.
Okay.
He only ran to 4 pounds below what Facile ran to in the Supreme on his debut in Ireland, so would nearly suggest he's a better horse.
I would suggest that handicap marks and ratings are a load of bollocks.
Cork's a lovely course as well. It's full of water all the time.
Water.
Anyway,
we've done it.
What?
Oh, we fucking haven't. Why did that happen? I thought we'd fix the echo, and then it just echoed back at me.
No, because we were muted. I'd say that's all it was. Andrew was flicking back and forth between the mute. Someone asked about Jericho Roque and Annie Harmon asking. I have no idea.
There's no harm in asking.
Anybody have any inside info on David Pipe's stable? We do not.
No. But we have a bit of info on your NFL tips. One has just landed.
Yeah, the shorter one has landed. So Sean, you're up a few pounds.
The Dave O'Keefe NFL betting tips brought to you by Glistian Events every Sunday live. That was nice.
Yeah. You're up a few pounds, Sean. So, as they say, go collect.
Sean's up a few pounds. Am I up a few pounds?
The accumulator is still going, Tom. So just don't worry about it. The accumulator is going to come in.
And said, "Win me money on NFL."
I smell a scam.
He
gives me the winners and then gives you the name ones.
He gives you the winners and he gives Tom the value ones.
3 row odds on shots, all beat, bang, 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 bang.
Sean wants see, the thing is, Sean wants the smaller price ones, around 2 to 1, 3 to 1, and that's the one that has come in. But the accumulator, Tom, we've 4 teams going. That's 2. We have 4 teams going at the moment, and they're all doing what they need to do. And then we have 2 teams later. So don't you worry about that. You could have a couple of hundred there tomorrow.
Lovely.
You just sit there pretty and mind Alfie. Anyway, let's talk about Con Hill.
Let's talk about Con Hill.
The comments there, there's just the Con Hill fans are wild. They just think
they're like Arsenal fans.
Can never be beaten ever, and if you beaten, I'd say some of them would explode and never be on earth anymore. Then you have people that I think Con Hill is great, but he does nothing for me. He's like I'm trying to a good analogy with a woman here.
Every woman you've been with?
No,
because you just kick them away.
Because there's some women that are good looking, but they're just like, you're just there. Like, you know, that kind of way. They're not exciting about. There's nothing.
I can't say because I'm with the same woman that I've been with for
a
long time.
25 years.
If you have kids, earmuff them right now.
Possibly.
Like that.
Where's this going now? Hold up now. Where's this going?
If Con Hill was a woman, he wouldn't make me horny.
Yeah, I understand that.
But he's probably going to win the champion hurdle.
Yeah, he probably will.
No, he will.
Sean, he could get injured, or Nico could fall off or anything. It's probably until he wins it. The only thing I have a problem with Con Hill is the thing that he's a God-given right to win 4 champion hurdles. And horses are animals, and they get injured, and jockeys fall off, and there's little fucking things called hurdles that they have to jump over, and they can hit into them, or they can break their leg, or loads of things can happen to her.
He went from one extreme to the other there.
Loads of things can happen to her, so nothing has a God-given right to be the best champion hurdler ever until they actually do win all the races to make them the best champion hurdler ever. Do I think he has the potential to win 3 or 4 champion hurdles? Of course he has the potential, but he is not the best champion hurdler ever until he actually does it. And I think Tom will agree with me on that.
Dave O'Keefe speaking sense. Look, lads, you don't see this every day, so record it.
Oh, holy God. He agreed on something. What the fuck?
That's my take on it, and I'm glad Willie is after keeping the 2 horses hurdling, because it makes the champion hurdle more exciting as long as they all turn up. Before that, when it came out that Con Hill was going to be there, to me it was just boring, and I loved the champion hurdle. After the Supreme, it would have been my second favorite race, but in the last couple of years, it's gone down a little bit in my estimation, and now I'm glad that there's challengers. Fair enough for people that love Con Hill. Oh, he's going to turn up and win. I don't care who's there. But for me, watching it and wanting it to be a bit of a spectacle on the Tuesday and the championship race on Tuesday, I am thankful that Impaire Et Passe is going and State Man is going.
Yeah, it was turning out to be a bleh race. Look, he's going to beat the same horse. But I totally agree with you. You can't put him in the same bread to saying he's the greatest hurdler ever right now. He's not better than Istabrack. He's not better than Hurricane. He's not better than them right now. Right now, he's not better than them. Hurricane and Istabrack have won more than them, proven that they are GOAT-level hurdlers. Con Hill has by far unbelievable potential to do it. And I think he has more chance than anything because the crop he's going against are utter shite now because they're the same, more or less the same horses that he's Honeysuckle's been beaten, and you add in Statement. And now Impaire Et Passe obviously has to come to that level. But he's not to beat. There's literally not to beat. Honeysuckle's been beating him. They've been getting beaten other grade ones as well. He's not to beat. That's why he has the most potential to win that many champion hurdles, because there's nothing there.
I don't want to play devil's advocate either. I think the only horse that I've seen over the years since I started watching racing, flat and jumps, that hasn't actually got injured or something happened along the way when you just about thought like this could be the real deal and it might never get bet. The only one was Frank. Everything else somewhere along the way faltered. Hurricane Fly was brilliant, but he lost his champion hurdle and then regained it. Sprinter looked to me
unbeatable.
Those 2 seasons chasing like he would never get beaten, and he turned up that day and got pulled up, and then he had all the problems in the world. Denman looked like he was just never going to get beaten, and how he was so tough and went from the front. How are you going to get this thing off the bridle to beat him? And he got a heart issue. So they all have got injured.
And the thing with with Con Hill, he had issues. I don't know if people were aware. He had issues when he was younger as well. So there is a potential. Look, I'm not saying there's potential for any horse to get injured, but he's not bulletproof, as in being like a bulletproof horse. So something could happen. Something stupid could happen on the gallops. Yeah, he's every right to go and win the champion hurdle again. To me, like I think Hurricane Fly bet better horses. I think I bet better horses.
Look, it's the potential is there, and I think he's brilliant. I loved watching
him.
He doesn't do anything for me, like as in I don't get excited to see him, but I think he's exceptionally talented. But I just seen it all before. Shishkin was unbeaten, and he couldn't be beaten.
I didn't go.
And he went 2 fences in champion chase and got pulled up. It just
Hassan
happens.
Vega and Leopardstown. And I'm not saying that to be smart.
Yeah.
I'm just saying nobody thought
absolutely,
that
Tom.
he could get beat that. You got Monkfish, Duvan, Envoy Allen. People that take the piss out of that because of how it ended up, but Envoy Allen in his novice seasons over hurdles, over fences, looked like nothing was going to stop him. Sam Crow the same. Novice
It
seasons
wasn't the
looked like
same as
nothing was
Con
gonna
Hill,
stop
but Tom.
him. What?
It's the
Hill-
same.
It-
Sean,
it- it
so
is.
He's not going to be beaten. Envoy turned up that day, and I think everybody that watched racing in the Turners that year was like, this thing just can't be beaten. And he went 3 fences and fell over. They're animals, like.
No, true, but like Envoy Allen and the Ballymore, like Constitution Hill won a Supreme by 22 lengths on the bridle. On the bridle. None of them were anywhere near that. Like Constitution Hill is rated 175. Istabrack highest was 174. Hurricane Fly's highest was 168. The facts say he is the best hurdler.
I don't
Like
agree
that-
with them numbers. I just don't like.
But that champion hurdle that he won this
But
year.
why I don't, and I say it because I think it's impossible to compare what Hurricane Fly and it's just literally your opinion of like I think the horses Hurricane Fly was beaten are better than what the crop are around now, and you think different. You think the horses Con Hill are beaten because the rating says it. I don't agree with the rating. I think Con Hill is by far the best 2 mile hurdler around right now by a country mile. But
But it's the way he's doing it as well. Like that champion hurdle he won this year was 9 lengths on the bridle. Like who knows what he had left under the bonnet. Honestly, he took her up at 2 out, and he could have done it at any stage in the race. He could have waited until the last and won by 3 lengths if he wanted to. He took her up 2 out and went 9 clear on the bridle. Like God knows what's under that bonnet. He has not been pressed. He has not been asked the question of, oh, going to the last, getting a fight, what's going to happen. Nothing has got him to that stage, and I don't think. If people think Impaire Et Passe coming through, he has to find 18 pounds of improvement to get up to Constitution Hill 175. That's a massive ask. Massive ask.
Here's something for you. On the flip side of that, then, would you be at all concerned that he's going out winning these races he won the fight fifth by 12 lengths last year. He beat Epatond at Kempton by 17 lengths. He won the champion hurdle by 9 lengths. He then went to Aintree and didn't look his best and beat Sharjah by 3 lengths. Would you be concerned that he's going and putting in those massive performances, running to massive numbers, as you said? Would you be concerned that at some stage, I'm not even saying it's going to be next year, but at some stage, that's going to take his toll on him? At the end of the day, he's only 6.
You know, of course he's going to tether out at some stage, but if you look at them, he's kicking with a turn of toe. He's not being asked. The whip is not being drawn. He's giving a push to the reins, and Nico is coming back up off him as quick as.
That does not mean that he's not putting everything into it.
No,
that doesn't mean he's not putting everything into it. That's
that's
your perception of what you're seeing. It doesn't mean that the horse is not going to the absolute limits of what he can go. You don't know because he's an animal.
No, true. But what happens if he does find again when he's asked the question? We don't know that.
Well, he didn't find out.
But he would find again.
Yeah, but he won at the end of the season. A lot.
He won at the end of the season.
It's literally just conjecture.
Yeah, but stepping up for the first time, I think that's the reason why we're not seeing him going chasing.
Now come off it now. If you're good enough, you can win over any trip. And
but he has. You
made that was a valid point. Now you made there. Like, how many horses do you see that look like that they're winning on the fucking snaff every time, and all of a sudden it's not there? Look, I'm not saying it's going to happen to Kyle him before the Con Hill bloody brigade say.
Ginger Joe texted me and said that the sound is fine, that the lads are messing. So I don't know what story there is, but he had a good comment above.
Yeah,
exactly what I've been saying, and Andrew's been saying. Numbers will tell you the talent's there for sure. I totally agree with that. But longevity counts towards greatness. Longevity, it has to be part of being the best. You have to do it season in and out. You get injured and you disappear. You can't be called the best. No one can call Duvan the best because he disappeared. No one can call Fortor the best because RIP, whatever happened to him in the summer that year. Like, you have to keep turning up all the time. And that's what we're saying. And there's plenty of comments again there. We've seen it all before. Shishkin, Altior. When you think they're not going to get bet, they end up getting bet or something happens to them. So if Nicky Henderson can keep him sound to win 3 and 4 champion hurdles, that's an amazing training performance more than anything else.
Yeah, but look, touch wood. There's been 2 Cheltenham festivals. He's got the both. He hasn't picked up any injury to miss out on one. So it all looks like it's going well at the moment.
Envoy Allen was at 3 Cheltenham festivals, won a bumper, won the Ballymore, turned up and fell. It's happened loads of horses. It's so hard. That's why only Quavega has turned up and done it 6 times. Big Bucks turned up and done it 4 times. Came the next year and it all fell apart. He got injured as well. Like.
You know, I agree with you, but I just have him at that level that I think he's gonna do everyone that's down over.
You can absolutely.
It's not doubt. It's not doubt. We know he can do it.
You can absolutely put him at that level because if I was to be told right now that you could tell the future and he'll turn up in 3 champion hurdles, I think he'll win all 3 of them. But that's probably not going to be the case, and that's why I keep saying you cannot call him the best champion hurdler till he actually makes himself win the 3 and do the same thing that like Istabrack have done and other horses have done, and then perhaps win a 4th, but at least win 3. But you can't just automatically say, oh, he's the best champion hurdler now because what he done last year. He won it by 9 lengths and he won a Supreme by so many lengths. It don't work like that. Like, longevity has to come into it.
Fair enough. I do think that champion hurdle performance this year, but on a single performance, like, I don't think anything has beaten him in that race.
It was very, very special. But again, another one I saw do it, and 2 seasons. Masterminded. I said, I think on the show before, Masterminded's performance in the champion hurdle and the champion chase when he's a 5-year-old, and he beat the reigning champion chaser, Vipor Estedas, by 19 lengths on the bridle. Looked like he'd never ever get beaten. Came up the next season, did it all again, and the same thing. He was looking like a horse that wasn't putting anything into it. He got injured because he was putting so much effort into it. He was just hard on the bridle all the time, but he was going as hard as he actually could.
I just want to address this one here. Andrew, your statement about winning over any distance, you're good enough, needs addressed. Quarter star, win over any distance, 2 mile, 3 mile Gold Cup. So he's in John done it. Galloping the Champ could do it. There's Faugheen done it, Hurricane Fly done it. 2 miles to 3 miles. And it's been said many a time from many a trainer, if your horse is that good, he can settle in any race and he can see you any distance. It's been done loads of times.
With him, I just think it's a speed thing, but like the speed he has is off the scales. Like he's
But if he's like, this is my thinking behind it on the basis of what all the previous horses who were of a high caliber won between 2 miles and 3 miles. He has a cruising speed. He doesn't race keenly. There's an acceleration when you press the button. I reckon he would have no problem in staying. Because he'd sit in midfield, he'd get dragged into the race. He's so good, he can go at his own speed and own canter. It's like a fucking piece of work to him. And if you want to press the button, boom, off he goes. I think I would 100% say he had no trouble in staying.
A realistic kind of way of describing it, Ben, is the way Aidan talks about it on the flat with horses, and he constantly says the word they're full of class, and it means like he's meaning that they're bred so well or they're so good.
They're comfortable over any distance.
They will get any distance because they can travel at a certain pace and then find off that pace. So he means, like he constantly says, Galileo breeds so much class into the horses, so he's never worried about them traveling at a certain pace if they're going fast or staying over a certain distance. He's willing to try them over a variety of trips.
Crazy horse there. Henderson Con Hill has said Con Hill hasn't stand for the Gold Cup. Who said he hasn't? Where's the proof? You're going on the end of season race at Aintree where he won on the bridle.
I've over the years seen as well, and Paul Nichols did it as well, said Masterminded would never stay 2.5 miles, and he won the race at Aintree. Nicky said Sprinter would never stay more than 2 miles. He won the Melling at Aintree. So classy horses get majority.
Shiskin has just done it.
Yeah. So
won a champion chase, and is that the win the Aintree Bowl, is that called? At
yes.
Aintree. Is that to win the Aintree Bowl? And now he's going Gold Cup route.
That's kind of what Andrew's getting at regards a classy horse will get kind of any trip. And say why myself, Tom, Sean and Andrew were all pretty confident that Galloping would get 3 miles too last year, even though he had never gone that distance. And he's such a classy horse. We are pretty sure that he'd have no issue staying that trip.
But even like Impaire Et Passe, do you believe he could get the Constituion Hill level? I know Tom obviously does.
Right, obviously he needs to prove it. He needs to prove it. But look, it makes it more interesting right now because the thought of that he needs to be in a fucking world beater to get near him. But if he beats Stateman, then you're getting giddy. He has to beat Stateman first. That's one thing he has to do.
I'm delighted with it.
Ballymore, and he bolted up. I watched it back a couple of times. He absolutely, he's on the bridle coming to last, and he just gets nudged out. He absolutely shit in that.
Yeah, my thing is just on it. Like, say Constituion Hill does go and beat them, right? Wins the champion hurdle. We're sitting here the same time next year, and people are going to say the same thing. He's only beat them. He's only beat them. No matter what comes through, I don't think people are going to be happy because they're not beating them, and it's just made
you will be them because then there's literally nothing else really in the woodwork that's coming out that's going to beat him. You just hold your hands up. Yeah, he's the best around we've seen in the last couple of years.
If Impaire Et Passe comes out and smashes Stateman over here, and then Con Hill comes out and smashes Impaire Et Passe with Stateman another 5 lengths behind, that's a hell of a performance.
As I said when I was first talking about this, I'm delighted that Willie's sending the 2 lads hurdling, and it's going to be good here for the podcast every Sunday and Wednesday when we're talking about it, because Tom is in the Impaire Et Passe camp, Sean is in the Con Hill camp. I just want to see a good race, and Andrew is kind of flitting back and forth, so it makes for good discussions.
I'm Switzerland.
Andrew is Switzerland.
Switzerland. I literally just want this is how I wanted to work out. I want Impaire Et Passe to be Stateman at the DRF, and I want Con Hill and Impaire Et Passe to get Cheltenham unscathed 100%, and I want to see 2 of them go hanging on tongues. If Con Hill goes off on Wolfson, unbelievable. As of right now, I wouldn't back against Con Hill until I see Impaire Et Passe beat him Stateman. And if he beat him going away and nice and handy, I'd have a small bet on him just to see. Is he up to the level? Because Con Hill will never be a backable price.
I wonder if the people that are hard on Con Hill and maybe haven't backed Anti-Post that even money or whatever he was, and he went then to odds on. I wonder if all those people, i.e. Sean, are going to have savers on Impaire Et Passe at about 7-1 or
6
each way, maybe 7-1 each way.
You don't get 7.
Honest to God, I think this season, I think Stateman's going to get a hell of a lot more credit for what he's ever got.
I'll be honest, I think Impaire Et Passe jumps better than Stateman. So if he can travel at the same speed as the 2 milers, I think he would beat Stateman.
And my thing as well was, is Willie going to split him? Like, are they going to start off in the Morgiana, go Christmas, go Dublin Racing Festival, and Cheltenham?
No, he's split.
Heard about rainfall. There, Ben. There. What's the need? You're on the winner. I hope it works out fine for you, Ben. I really, really do. Seen it so many times before. How many favourites won at the Cheltenham Festival last year?
Oh God, I don't know.
How many favourites probably on average win at the Cheltenham Festival every year?
6 or something, was it 5 or 6?
No idea.
Is there always 1 or 2 let you down?
Oh, there's always an odds-on shot that.
Is it always the one you think won't let you down?
What was it last year? Shishkin last year.
Envoy
Dungwib 1 year.
There's a lot of them.
Who else was there?
Lads, he won't let you down. So anyone who's back in, you're all right, you're comfy.
Norm the Great, do you give any tips, lads? Totally off the topic, but anyway, we didn't talk about any races this week. We are actually going to do an ARC preview this week. I was talking to Andrew there before Tom came in. Don't know whether it's going to be Wednesday or later in the week because
the draws and all that crap.
The draws and the declarations and all that will be hard to know for France, and the draws over there is vitally important to what you're tipping because you cannot be drawn way outside, and then the sprint, the Abba, you have to be drawn right against the rail. So we'll have a chat about that and decide kind of what day we're going to do the podcast. Yeah. Andrew and Tom, Tom likes the ARC. Andrew has no interest in the ARC.
I like the ARC. The ARC, the Abbey, and the Phillies race on the last year.
The Opera.
The Opera, I like that.
The ARC
Sunday is very good. You have the 2 7 furlong juvenile races.
Oh, and
The Prix Marcel Boussac and the Prix
great name.
Jean-Luc Legardère.
what's the stairs race?
You have the
Don't-
Prix de Cadran.
Kiprios is going to piss up in that.
You have the 7 furlong Group 1, the Prix
He's
de
not going.
Forêt.
He's not going there. Oh,
I told you he was fucked.
that's a
Oh,
shame.
he's
No
going to
one
Ascot.
believe me.
No, he's going to Ascot.
Oh, is he? He's going to ask him.
He looked like a horse that just didn't want to. I'd say they're
Looked like a horse that needed a run because he went.
an extra rest. But you have the Prix de la Forêt, so a 7 furlong group
Ross.
1. Then you have the
What?
Prix de Opera, another group
We've a
1.
great record
Then
in
you
that.
have the Arc, another group 1. It's a good day's race.
Who win the arc?
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
now, off the top of your head. Who wins the arc?
right now off the top of my head? Ace Impact or Andre Fab's filly that won the Opera last year. Prix Le Châtenay or something. She's a 4-year-old filly in
Good
the
effort.
Al Shakab colours.
Fantastic.
She's about 25 to 1, I think.
Ooh.
So yeah,
Is that it?
unless Tom or Sean have anything else to talk about. I'll have a look at
I think
teams
that's
in
it.
the NFL and see if Tom is still happy.
Yeah, looking forward to the arc next year. Well, next week. Should be fun. But yeah, I think that's it. I off to watch the second half of the rugby. Eddie Jones's last game in charge of Australia.
Tom, we have
It's true. That's so true.
3 games ongoing at the moment. The Bills -5, they're winning by 34. So I'd say that's okay.
Okay.
Miami -6, they're winning by 43.
Oh, wow.
Dick.
And the Lions -3, they're winning by 14.
Dick.
And then in the other one, with the 4th team, we have the Saints +1, and they're winning by 6.
Lovely.
Oh, sure,
Lovely
that's a
day.
try.
And-
You're safe at the
And
moment.
they're
That's a
all
try.
and they're all in the 4th quarter, going towards the end of the games.
Fantastic. I'll flick a bit of that on while I watch the second half of the rugby.
Happy days. Okay, Andrew will announce on Twitter when we're going to be back for the ARC tips, and there will be some tips in that show, and we'll be back Sunday.
Sunday? Yeah, Sunday for the usual.
The usual
review.
and a chat, and I'm sure we'll have more jumps news at that stage. Enjoy your Sunday, enjoy the rugby, enjoy the NFL. Actually, before we go, just to touch on Glistian's new horse,
Just a reminder. What would you call her?
Triumph.
Triumph.
It's the same spelling as the Arc, the Triumph.
Triumph.
Three up.
Just as like Pimlico, there's shares available in most of the horses. Yeah, so this is a special promotion for the finish line. 2.5% shares at €499 up front. Includes the Glistian Gold membership, 2 years training fees, insurance costs, and you will have no other bills for the 2 years. All you have to do to get more information on it is email vip@glistianevents.com, and they will give you all the information you need to know. And as always, Pimlico's link is in the description if you want to get any information on Tom's ones as well. And as Dave said, I will announce on Twitter whether we're going to. It'll be up to him, really. He's the flat man. He'll tell us we're going Wednesday or Thursday. So just text me and let me know.
Yeah, I'll sort it.
Until then,